We're not 10 million for world peace. We are a course of love. Hang on. I'm going to introduce Childs and Jean while I go in and fix my goof. So, hello, everyone.
Hello, good evening, everyone, and welcome.
Welcome, everyone. So glad you're here.
Okay, now it says what we are. We are a course of love. This is a beautiful book by Mary Perron. If you're interested and this catches your attention and you want to see what the book's all about, it's a wonderful book. And we are on chapter 19 is going to be our discussion today. So what we're doing is just taking the sections and reading them so that we can all hear the words. And then if something jumps out at us, we will stop and have a short discussion about it. And then following this, we'll go into our chanting at the bottom of the hour. So, Charlie, would you like to read that first part for us?
Yes, chapter 19, Oneness and Duality. There was no evil intent in the creation of the body as a learning device. And as a learning device, it was perfectly created. The problem lies in what you have in your forgetfulness made of the body. Only from thinking of the body as yourself did ideas of glorifying the body arise. To glorify a learning device makes no sense. And yet, in creating the perfect device from which you could experience separation, all such problems were anticipated and corrective devices created alongside them. You could not fully experience separation without a sense of self as separate, and you could not fully experience anything without your free will. A separate self with a free will operating in an external world, as well as a spirit self desiring the experience of separation, would naturally lead to a situation where the whole range of experiences available to a separate being would exist. The complex set of criteria needed to create a world of separation was, in an instant of creation, anticipated and provided in a form constant with creation's laws. While this world was created with love, as all of creation was, it was also created to provide the desired experience. Thus was fear born, for a separate self is a fearful self by its nature. How could it not be?
You have grown weary of this experience, rejoice, for you can choose a new experience. Your free will has not been taken from you, nor has the power of creation abandoned you. Within creation's own laws does the solution rest. The solution lies in transformation, and that is why you are still needed here. Beneath the world of illusion that you had made to glorify the separated self lies the world that was created for your learning, and that so exists in truth. It is not the only world by any means, but it is still heaven because heaven must be where you are. A wholehearted choice to abandon all ideas of glorifying the the separate self and to let the world be what it is will begin the transformation. This requires the first unification, the unification of mind and heart, after which unification with God is naturally returned to your awareness. For this unification returns you to the Christ in you, and the one mind united with God, which you have never left. Creation's power then returns to you to help all the separate ones remember union.
That was beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Yeah. Although this all may sound like science fiction to you, realize that you accept much in all areas of your life, from that of religion to science itself, that sounds like fiction. You are not, however, expected to believe all I have told you on faith alone. Experience is needed to change your beliefs and to place your faith securely in them. The first step in leading you to experience of another kind is your willingness to accept that you are here to learn and that your body can provide the means. Isn't that the truth? I say that a lot. You know, we have a belief system based on our experiences and our teachings in life, but then our experiences might lead us to look at that belief system. And so this paragraph here is really resonating with me.
No, you can only live so long. Well, I should say to me, you can only live so long in untruth before you start recognizing this is not true. There's got to be truth somewhere, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. So your saving grace is that even a separated self yearns for union and knowledge of its creator. Thus, along with this yearning was a means provided for its fulfillment. And with this fulfillment lies the end of the separation. And there we have the solution to the problem, right? It's like when we start getting not really confused, but start getting perplexed about things and wanting to know truth as opposed to just maybe a belief, then there's always a way to bring us back to our heart, bring us back to what is real. And so it's that yearning that's going to call us to the creator. I love that. Charlie, part 7.
Yeah, I was part of this means, but only part. Fulfillment can be provided by each and every one of your brothers and sisters, for in each is the Christ available to be seen and experienced as it was from me. It is your holy relationship with union can be found and experienced, and thus from these that you fuel your desire for union with all, and from knowledge of your Creator. This yearning must be a pure yearning, untainted by fear and judgment, and approached with wholeheartedness. For it to be fulfilled, it is not the means that are lacking, but the wholehearted desire. Let me speak briefly of the role I played so that I can better understand the role that waits for you. I come in fulfillment of Scripture. All this means is that a certain community has been led to expect my arrival. They await me with expectation, and so found in me what they hoped to find. What my brothers and sisters saw in me allowed me to be who I was, even while in human form. I tell you truly, if you were to see any of your brothers and sisters today, as those who waited my birth saw me, they too would remember who they are. This is the role I ask you to accept so that you can provide for others what was provided for me. So they want
Definitely.
us to teach
Want
our,
me to keep on?
they want us, go ahead.
Each each one of your brothers and sisters is as holy as I, and as beloved to God. Can you not witness to their belovedness as those long ago witnessed to mine? You have not been able to do this thus far because you have desired specialness for yourself and a few others rather than belovedness for all. But now perhaps you are ready. The separate self cannot relearn unity except through union. Here, union is achieved in relationship. To see your brothers and sisters as those of long ago saw me is the way to achieve relationships of the higher order and relearn communion, the language of the heart. This is why you have been asked to experience the spirit of your brothers and sisters, rather than simply relating to their bodies as you always have. I was not seen as a body by those who believed in me, although I had a body to help me learn, just as you do.
Hmm.
You know,
You know,
that's so. I'm
go ahead.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say it is so true that all the scriptures led to Jesus. He was what everyone was waiting for. He was the
Mhm.
seed, you know. But you know, in this time and age, I think we, well, not everyone, of course, we've forgotten so much, but I think some and more are waiting for him again, and they're
Mhm.
discovering him within themselves.
Right.
That's, you know, the Bible says that Christ would come again. And people think he's going to come in a cloud, or he's going to, you know, something's going to happen. But I've been thinking about this a lot lately, and I think the way he's coming to us is by awakening that in our heart, and
Mhm.
we're finding him in our heart. And
Right.
that's what we want, and that's what we need. So,
Yeah.
anyway,
It's
thank you
inside
for
of us. Yeah, it's on the inside. And that's I fully believe that is the second coming, is coming inside of us.
inside of us.
But I love
Exactly.
the very first part that you read, Jean, for us to see each other as just as special as we looked at him and saw him. And, I've done several communications with Christ on this, and, him wanting us to see ourselves in, as him, and see that we are as beloved as he is. So it's like he doesn't want to be put up on that pedestal. He doesn't want to be the end all be all. He wants us to see him in ourselves and see the oneness of it all. And I just love how that's brought out in this paragraph. I think that's an
I
amazing.
love the way it says they didn't look at me as a body, even though I had a body. They
Right,
didn't look at me as a body. And that's the way we shouldn't just look at ourselves or each other as bodies. We should look
right.
at ourselves has that glorious, well, I always say child of God, but that glorious divine being that we are.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
We are, for better explanation, a chunk of that divine.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we are. We're still connected to it. We're still part of it. And we are it. So, you know, that's the way we looked at Christ. I know I did,
Mm-hmm.
whether, I never thought of him as just a body or just a man. I thought of him as being divine.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, there's no sorry. So we are on part 10, I believe.
No, we
And
did 11,
No.
I think.
oh,
We're on 11.
we're
We did
on
11.
11. Okay, so let's stop there because it is time to do the chanting, and we'll pick up
Oh, why it
tomorrow.
goes by fast.
Yeah, it does. So I'm going to mark it so I know where we're at tomorrow.
Yeah, I think we did 11, right? My testimony, witness to
No,
your.
we stopped at 10, Charlie.
We stopped at 10? Oh, all right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we will change our hats and welcome our Christine into the fold.
Hello, everyone.
Hi,
I
sweetheart.
have a nice photo from
You
the
have a
beach.
what?
What, honey?
You had a
I
what?
went to the beach the other day at Cedar Beach by us.
Yeah, I showed him the photo.
We saw your photo. That was beautiful.
You got
I
that
went.
rainbow perfect, hon.
Yeah, that my angel told me to take it.
Yeah, we did a great job, Chris.
Thank you.
And,
I'm
all
not
right.
seeing my face.
I don't see your face either. Is your video on?
It is on.
Well, why don't you go back out and come back in and
It's
see what
on.
Yeah.
happens, honey?
We'll wait for you.
Go back out and come back
She
in.
did. She
There
did.
you go. Okay.
I wanted to
What
show
do you got in
y'all.
your box?
This is how I get a package from Meg. Look at this package.
Aw, I love that.
Isn't it beautiful?
It is
It's got-
beautiful.
She always does this. She puts pictures and all kinds of things all over her boxes. Isn't that
Yeah,
gorgeous? She's done
that is
that
gorgeous.
ever since I can remember.
Oh, I love that, Jean. I'm going to be seeing her the 1st, so a week from today.
I'm going to text her that I got the package, but I haven't opened it yet because I wanted you all to see the box.
Oh, I love it. Thank you for showing us. All
That's
right, so
pretty.
Chris is now back fully, and we are going to go into our first chant, which is Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha, to break through barriers and obstacles. And Auntie Jean is going to share with us how we do this.
Yes, I am. As soon as I find my mala beads. I have a lot of mala beads. These are the ones I put at the doorway to protect the family,
There you go.
our home.
Beautiful.
But I don't know how to use them when I do the chanting, so I'm going to use these. Yes, we're going to say 2 beautiful chants. And after the first one, Teri's going to take us into our hearts for beautiful love and prayer, she says, every day. And the first chant we're going to do is Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. And this chant is to help us to release all the things that we may have that are keeping us from fully opening up doing that allowing that we talk about, allowing that beautiful message of love and miracles into our hearts. So we are going to do 108, but the first three we're going to do slowly with declarations. The first declaration is that we are going to remove all obstacles. So,
Om
Gam Ganapataye Namaha. The second one is that we are removing all barriers. Barriers are something that we may have set up ourselves. So, Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. And lastly, we are removing and letting go of all illusions. We are also letting go of all sickness and all allergies. Om Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gan
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gan
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gan
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gan
Gam
Namaha.
Ganapataye
Om Gan
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Om
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam 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 Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha. Om
Namaha.
Ganapataye
Ganapataye Namaha. Om
Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Namaha.
Om
Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye Namaha.
Ganapataye
Om
Namaha.
Gam
Om Gan Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Gan
Ganapataye
Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gan
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
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 Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Namaha.
Gam
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye Om
Namaha.
Gam
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Om Gam
Om
Ganapataye Om
Ganapataye
Gam Ganapataye
Om
Namaha.
Ganapataye
Om
Namaha.
Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om
Om
Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om
Om
Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Let's go into our hearts with the breath, focusing on love, focusing on freedom. Love is the only thing that's real. So as we hold up an image of barriers or obstacles, things that we think are keeping us separate, that's the only thing keeping us separated, our thoughts and our beliefs that we are. So this chant helps us to let those things go and to come back to the oneness of all that is. So the chants are invited to come back to our breathing so that our collective energy of mindfulness will bring us together as an organism, going as a river with no more separation. Let the whole of the chanters breathe as one body, chant as one body, listen as one body, and transcend the boundaries of a delusive self, liberating from the superiority complex, the inferiority complex, and the inequality complex. So as we go into this next chant of Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, of oneness in our mind, and really feel this chant going through us as an entity of one and not separate. So Auntie Jean, I know this is your favorite chant.
It is. It is. I wanted to point out not all mala beads have a tassel, but quite a few of them, most of them do. The tassel represents the oneness. It represents us in unity, all of us in unity. And I think about that, it probably comes from the Bible too, where, one thing by itself is not very strong. But when there's two, three, or more, then there's all kinds of strength. So, this chant is my favorite chant. It's the chant that brings in the miracles, and it's the chant of love, because more than 14 million people all over the world chant it together every day. And we chant it to bring in love, peace, and raise the vibrations and frequencies of the earth. So we're going to do it the same way, 108, but the first three we're going to do slowly with declarations. So our first declaration is that we are accepting, we are aligning, and we are allowing, because we're all awake. Nam Myoho
Nam Myoho
Renge Kyo. The second declaration is that we are happy, we are healthy, we are free from violence, we are no more associated with war, we are living in peace. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. And then the last declaration, because we are happy, healthy, and in peace, we are living in harmony. We are living in togetherness. We are free from all suffering and free from all illusions. We are
Nam
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam
Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Myoho
Nam Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Kyo. Nam Myoho
Nam Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho
Nam Myoho Renge
Nam Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo. Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Kyo. Nam Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Myoho
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam
Om
Myoho
Myoho Renge
Nam Myoho Renge
Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho
Nam
Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho
Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo,
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam 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 Myoho Renge
Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo,
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Nam Myoho Renge
Renge Kyo,
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam
Myoho Nam Myoho Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo,
Renge Kyo.
Renge
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo,
Nam Myoho Renge
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo,
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
What a beautiful chant, what a beautiful energy that comes into our heart when we chant that Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. And it's the energy of love. As I said before, love is the only thing that everlasting, that will stay with us for eternity. So hold that love energy in your heart, and we're going to give some of it back to the Creator. The way we do this is by chanting Om. We do it 3 times slowly, and feel it in your heart when you're doing this chant. Feel the love that's flowing from your heart to the divine. So take a breath in and let's chant Om. Om. And now we stay in our hearts. Just feel that love, because the more we give it out into the world or into our Creator, the more we receive back into our hearts. It comes back in expanded, enlightened, and lifted up. So let's hold that energy, and let's hold a desire for everyone on our planet to feel that love that is sharing right now between us and the Creator and back again into our hearts. And we're going to send that love out like a wave, just hitting it into the earth like hitting a softball and sending it out there as far and wide as we can. And when we do this together, it's really expanded and goes as far as it can possibly go, to people, to animals, nature, waterways. So let's send this wave of love and peace and joy forward, all together as we take a breath in and release it out, letting it go, letting it flow to wherever it needs to be. And we don't have to worry about where it's going, because we have trust and faith and belief that it is going to go where it needs to go. And we want to acknowledge our little miracle, Marlene, that came in while we were doing that last chant. Marlene, thank you for being here. And every night we make a declaration about there being peace on earth. So I'm going to put the words up, and we're going to ask Christine to count us down so we can all say them together.
Yeah, I am Mayana. We did this every night by people. But know that took away people with a more nice in the world now. 1, 2, 3.
We
We
declare
Declare that
declare
there
peace
is
on
peace
earth,
on
There
earth,
and
and
we
we
declare
declare that
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 peace
peace
begins inside of
of
us.
us.
inside
I
our
I
choose
choose to
to
see
choose
only light and
light
love.
and love
to love
forever and ever.
forever.
Amen.
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 amen. And we've been doing this chanting as a group known as the
Peace
Peace.
For
for peace.
Yes, we are the Peace for Peace. And we've been doing this now for 1,423 days now and counting.
Yes, we have. Yes, we have. And we're going to keep doing it for as long as we have to. Or we need to, or we want to, and we want to. And we are so glad that our Miracle P is here with us tonight. And then in our chanting room, we have our sweet P, Chris. And we have our magnificent, charming Charlie. And
Hello
you
and good evening,
have,
everyone.
and oh, Nikki, Nona. Nona, well, we're very happy to have you here, Nona. And we have Auntie Jean P. And then we have our Mama P, who is also the Queen of Peace. Oh, she's from Indonesia. How wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope I said your name right, hon. I'm not sure, but Nona seems pretty good. It's a pretty name. So I'm so glad you're here sharing with us. And we would like to invite anybody else too. And what we want to do is we're going to invite you by song because there's a song that says, I'm not exactly sure what it normally says, but we say, since they're peace and we're peace all here, wouldn't
Would
you like to
like
be a
be
peace
a
peace
piece
too?
too.
And what we do is not a little thing, it's a very big thing because every night we do this, sending out love and peace to the whole world, raising vibrations, raising our frequency. Have a nice day too, Nona. And we would like to invite you to a very special meeting we have every day too at 1:11 p.m. Eastern Time. And that is only a 7-minute meditation. And we do that as a group on 10 million for world peace. It's either 10millionforworldpeace.org or on Facebook or on YouTube and a lot of other places. And it's a beautiful time when people from all over the world unite and we meditate and send love and peace out into the world, especially to our world leaders, because they're making decisions. And we have to send them love too, because it's a hard job and they have to make these decisions. And if we can lift up their energy, they may make the very decisions we want, which is peace. And so, our mama piece is going to tell you about some of the things that meeting has initiated. And I love that you all were here, and thank you so much for coming. Terry?
Thank you, Auntie Jean. Yes, every month we have a healing circle. first Saturday of each month. We'd love to have you be involved in that. You do have to sign up for it at 10millionforworldpeace.org. You can just go to the tab that says Healing Circle and come be a part of us. Nobody will be turned away from that healing circle. And we also have a blog, we have a podcast, and a newsletter. And if you sign up with us, you get a recorded meditation that I did to bring you to more inner peace inside. So come be a part of us and come back here tomorrow night and chant with us, study with us. We'd love to see you. Thank you so much for being here. So much love to all of you. And we leave you with
Namaste.
Namaste.
bye, not everyone. Good night, Gracie, wherever you are. We love you. Good night, Karen. Missing some people.
Catherine and everybody who normally comes in.